I can't find any big funds or big institutional money or major money that's buying altcoins right now. I can find ones that are buying Bitcoin. And if you look here, we've even pierced 31,000 multiple times, yet we have not had 5 consecutive days above 30,500. Gives the investor the green light to say, okay, the Fed may still hike a little bit more, but there's probably, if the jobs numbers are getting a little bit weaker, maybe there's not incentive or the want by the Federal Reserve to continue to hike much more past that.
If you've got a winning position, at what point do you say, all right, my 10% is enough, my 15% is enough? How do you exit a winning position?
Well, it is two ways.
Hello and welcome to Crypto Street, where we bring you the latest and most intriguing stories from the world of cryptocurrencies. In today's video, we'll be unraveling the secrets of Bitcoin's future. But before we jump into that, let's take a look at some recent developments in the cryptocurrency market. SEC's approval of riskier Bitcoin ETF draws criticism from Grayscale amid an ongoing lawsuit with the SEC over the denial of its own spot Bitcoin ETF. Grayscale's lawyers have expressed disapproval of the regulator's endorsement of the leveraged Bitcoin ETF, calling it riskier than traditional products. BTC to $120,000. Standard Chartered thinks 2024 is Bitcoin's year. London-based banking corporation Standard Chartered adjusts its Bitcoin prediction for 2024 from $100,000 to $120,000, citing increased miner profitability. Crypto.com turns up the heat with no lockup proof of stake on app. Crypto.com's latest feature, on-chain staking, provides a platform for users to participate in securing proof of stake networks, potentially earning rewards without enduring any lockup periods. STBGCs could be used by 24 countries within 10 years. Amid the volatile cryptocurrency market, central banks worldwide are accelerating the development of their own CBDCs, with a prediction of 24 being operational by 2030. The other Terra co-founder starts his trial in Seoul. Shin's defense team requested additional time to prepare for the trial, arguing that the case is far from a straightforward criminal trial as Shin faces fraud counts. USDT didn't actually lose its peg, unusual price discrepancies on Binance. Here's Hassine cryptocurrencies, including Tether, trading at a discount, but Tether CTO explains away the FUD. DeFi protocol hack drains $455,000 from Arcadia Finance. A security vulnerability in Arcadia Finance's DeFi protocol enabled a hacker to drain nearly $500,000 from its Ethereum and Optimism vaults.
We saw an ADP private sector number that was really strong, close to 500,000, and the markets freaked out. They thought that, oh my goodness, this could mean the non-farm payrolls is going to be really, really hot. Does the Federal Reserve need to hike even more than two times in the remainder portion of the year? And so we saw a sell-off yesterday, and today's jobs number came in just slightly under expectations, which kind of calmed those nerves. So I think that, again, gives the investor the green light to say, okay, the Fed may still hike a little bit more, but there's probably, if the jobs numbers are getting a little bit weaker, maybe there's not incentive or the want by the Federal Reserve to continue to hike much more past that. So I think it's like it essentially opens a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. So I think the headline number is what's driving the retail crowd. And interestingly enough, early in the day, we did see the markets down a little bit. And I always look at the early action in the stock market as being institutional, right? That's when the most volume is present so that they can make their trades. And so I think, again, the institutions are playing it a little more carefully here, where they kind of sold into this little bit of a move here. And now that they're done for the day, it's a Friday in the middle of summer. I mean, every big institutional trader's already gone for the day at this point by midday on a Friday. I think the small investor bids the market up. And the question is, how much higher do we go? I actually think that the jobs numbers at this point are making a turn. We've seen the unemployment numbers or the filings for unemployment start to spike up a little bit over the last few weeks or so. And I think that's a new trend that's starting. So I expect the jobs numbers to continue to get weaker.
Grayscale, the digital asset manager, has criticized the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, for approving a leveraged Bitcoin-based exchange-traded fund, ETF, while the company's spot Bitcoin ETF application is being rejected by the regulator. Grayscale's lawyers argue that the leverage ETF approved by the SEC is riskier than their traditional Bitcoin-based futures exchange-traded products, implying discriminatory treatment of spot Bitcoin ETPs. Although Grayscale suggested that the SEC could rescind its approval of all Bitcoin-based ETPs to address the alleged discrimination, the SEC made it clear that it had no intention of doing so. Grayscale previously sued the SEC for its rejection of its Bitcoin Trust conversion into an ETF, and the lawsuit is expected to conclude by the end of the year. The SEC's endorsement of the leveraged Bitcoin ETF raises questions about the consistency of its decision-making, according to Grayscale's legal team. However, the SEC has not officially responded to Grayscale's latest contentions, and it still rejects spot Bitcoin ETF applications, citing insufficiencies in clarity and comprehensiveness.
These calculations and figuring this out go to charting and go to many, many technical things. And the level I've always said is 30,500. That's the key level. You have to have 5 trading day closes above that level in consecutive days. And if you look here, we've even pierced 31,000 multiple times, yet we have not had 5 consecutive days above 30,500. So that continues to be the line in the sand. And you're right. This is what we were talking about a month or so ago when we last talked, and we still have not been able to do it. So for me, I'm looking at this 30,000 low where we've been going sideways now for about 2 to 3 weeks, and the $31,000 high. And we're basically staying within this range, $1,000 range. And I'm looking to see which way does it break. If we break below 30,000 on a daily closing basis, I think the market could be in trouble for Bitcoin. We could see it drop down to, let's say, 26,000 or 28,000. If we can break above 31 and again, hold above 30,500 for 5 consecutive days, you should head to about 35,000 on Bitcoin. We don't know any of the security classifications now that have to do with what the securities of crypto will be. And I think that's just keeping so much. I mean, I can't find any big funds or big institutional money or major money that's buying altcoins right now. I can find ones that are buying Bitcoin. So that's the difference maker right there. And I still think Bitcoin dominance based on the chart. It's interesting because he uses different metrics than I, but both our metrics show Bitcoin dominance going to about 58%.
If you've got a winning position, at what point do you say, all right, my 10% is enough, my 15% is enough? How do you exit a winning position?
Well, there's 2 ways. Number one, you look for resistance on the chart. So if something's coming up and slamming into a $30,000 level, like on Bitcoin, and you've ridden it since 15,007, you at least should take some off the table. The other option is what you do is you just set sell orders every 2-3%, right? So you sell 1/10 here. And the idea being is that it's just always smart to pocket a little bit, because money in your pocket is more valuable than risk money in the market. And so as long as you're taking a little bit off, nothing wrong with letting some ride, but always look to be taking the profit.
Bitcoin BTC began the week trading around the $30,000 mark after experiencing a dip below this level over the weekend. The price rebounded from a low of $29,985.39 on Sunday and reached an intraday high of $30,427.59 in today's session. The recovery occurred as bears prevented a breakout below the recent support level of $29,900. However, BTC has been consolidating for the past 4 days, resulting in the 10-day moving average shifting direction from an upward trend to a flat trajectory. This change suggests a potential downturn in the near future. Furthermore, the Relative Strength Index, RSI, currently stands at 57.75, just below a resistance level of 58.00. If BTC fails to break out above this resistance, there is a likelihood of further decline in the coming days. On Monday, Ethereum continued to trade below the $1,900 level, with its price nearly 5% lower compared to the previous week. Ethereum reached an intraday low of $1,848.78 at the start of the week, following a day of trading nearly $30 higher. As a result, Ethereum's 10-day moving average is approaching a potential downward cross with its 25-day moving average. If this crossover occurs, the first target for a potential decline would be a price floor of $1,815, which was last tested on June 30. Currently, the price strength indicator is at a reading of 50.35. However, if it drops below an upcoming support level at 48.00, it is likely to trigger a sell-off. That wraps up today's crypto news highlights. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and analysis from the world of cryptocurrencies. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content.